Hi and hello, Assalamualaikum. Please remember to keep your phone silent as we want to pay full attention to this forum session. Welcome to today's forum session on education in Peril, the unqualified teacher and its effect on students. My name is Intan Nurul Yasmin and today I am going to be your moderator. As you may know, the qualified teachers are really important to determine the student's success. Based on what Peril said on his recent article on September 7, 2023, the teachers can bring the dedication and also patience to their students, and they can nurturing their love for learning. The teachers also can teach resilience, showing students how to learn from challenges, and their guidance really makes a big difference to the students' life. But as Heath Morrison said on his article on 16 October 2023, the unprepared teacher and unqualified teacher are mostly end up in the school with the most need help. This could affect the students' education journey because they don't get what they need. And studies found that most of the teachers who is unprepared, these teachers found mostly quitting their job because they cannot face the challenges. And to discuss this, we have invited about 3 best panelists with us today, which is the first one is Dr. Amiruddin, an educator from UKM. The second one is Dr. Ami Asha, a professor from UM. And the last one is Dr. Marcus, who is an expert in this field, which is education policy. So before I start to asking the question, I would like to say hi and hello to the doctors, to our panelists. How are you today? Are you having a great day today, doctors?
Yes. Yes, we are having a good day.
Thank you for your response. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first question is, what are the consequences of these unqualified teachers to teach at school? So I would like Dr. Amiruddin to answer this question first.
Thank you, Yasmin. Hi, my name is Samir bin Azmi, and I am a university level lecturer at the UKM. Today, I will discuss the main aspect of what is the consequences of unqualified teachers teaching at the school. Today, I will focus on one key point, which is reduce the quality of education for the student at school. I must say this point because of the absence of qualified teachers at school often lead to a insignificant decline in the quality of education that students receive, which it can have a serious effect on their learning and future opportunities in the future. To illustrate this point, let me share my experience from the high school years during the during the first semester. Our math class teacher did not have a qualified math teachers. Instead, we had a substitute teachers whose background teaching the chemistry subject. This was because the school could not afford and find a suitable math teachers. And as a result of it, we fell behind in the curriculum. And I must say, it's very unfortunate for me and my classmate to struggle to understand the important math concept. This not only affected our performance in other math courses, but it also lowered our confidence in the subject. This issue is not just a personal experience, but it also supported by my research. According to the National Center for Education Statistics, or most likely to be called the NCES, the student in school with a high percentage of uncertified teachers, they most likely to score lower on the standard test compared to those in the school with the fully certified teachers who have certification in degree and diploma. This shows that having unqualified teachers directly affect student academic performance. The consequences of this in the long term, it affects of poor education quality due to unqualified teachers can be very serious. Students may struggle in their studies and become less motivated, and they may have a possibility to drop out of school. Not only that, they may also find it harder to get into college or succeed in their future careers because they lack of important soft skill and knowledge. In conclusion, the absence of qualified teachers is a major factor that lower the quality of education. And based on my personal experience, along with the research from the NCS, it's shown that need for school to hire keep certified and well-trained teachers. Without addressing this issue, we risk harming the education and future opportunities of many students. I think that's my opinion about the consequences of having a qualified teachers teaching at the school. Thank you, Yasmin.
Thank you, Dr. Amiruddin. So, what about you, Dr. Ashraf? Do you have any idea to add up from Dr. Amir's answer?
Uh, Thank you, Asmi. Yes, I'm also agree with Dr. Amaruddin, since we all faced the spread of COVID-19 in last 2017 until 2023, where we already saw that it does give a very hard negative impact, not just on our economy, but also on our students' educational system followed by the SOP. So especially for the SPM students, we need to attend school and spend a lot of more time there, studying, doing practices, and exercising to prepare for the big exams. So we all witness the hard situation, and it's related to our topic just now, because where if we don't have like strongly qualified teachers mentally and physically prepared, the curriculum will also went down and become a big problem to our students' education system, right? And I'm also very agree with Dr. Amritin, what Dr. Amritin said just now, and another effect is it will increase classroom disruptions. A lack of qualified teachers can lead to more frequent classroom disruptions, which affect the learning environment. For example, a study by Education Policy Institute found that frequent changes in teaching staff contribute to a lack of continuity in instructions, which can lead to confusion and disengagement among students. When our English teacher left mid-year, we had multiple substitutes who were unfamiliar with our progress, causing inconsistency in our lessons. So that's all from me. Thank you, Asmi.
Thank you, doctors. What about you, Dr. Marcus? Do you have any idea?
Thank you, Ms. Yasmin. I agree with both panelists. I like to add that another consequences of the lack of qualified teachers is lower motivation and engagement by students. Students are less motivated and engaged when they feel their teachers are not adequately prepared or invested in their success. Students taught by less qualified teachers often exhibit lower academic performance. For example, in their standardized test scores, lower grades, and a decrease in students have shown to have poor results in standard assessments and also in the class performance. Lower grades and a decrease in quality of classroom work is correlated with the lack of qualified teachers. Another thing that may arise is reduced critical thinking skills. Uh, Quality education fosters critical thinking and problem solving skills. As our students venture into the outside world, they need to know what is right and what's wrong, what's good and what's bad. And the world is not black and white. So with these critical thinking skills and also the problem solving skills, uh, they can venture to the world without being preyed on or being taken advantage. And the only way to do this is by nurturing it in four walls of the classroom. So insufficient teachers' qualification can hinder this development. Unqualified teachers may not be equipped to develop students' critical thinking skills and problem solving skills, which are essential for personal and professional success. Unqualified teachers make lessons often fail to make lessons engaging, which the students can lose focus. The students may feel that this lesson is very boring and they lose their focus when they are in class. So we know that when we are younger, the our minds are very active. So and it's still the same for this generation. The youth minds are very active, and the failure of not making the teaching engaging may cause them to lose focus in their class. Another thing I'd like to add is this might seem superficial, but unqualified teachers might set low expectation for students, which can negatively impact them in their self-esteem and motivation. When students are not challenged or encouraged to excel, they may lose interest and motivation in their studies. This may lead to students, even sometimes students, to lose respect in their teachers because they perceive them as unqualified, and which can lead them to a lack of trust and respect, which can break down the student-teacher relationship. So it's very important for students to be surrounded by qualified teachers to guide and nurture them. That's all from me.
Well said, doctors. So, with the evidence that you just stated with us just now, I believe that we can see these consequences already happens around us nowadays. So, let's move on to the next question. Many people believe that lack of qualified teachers could affect the students, and it will strongly lead to the impractical teaching. So, to understand this statement more better, I would like Dr. Marcus to answer this. What do you think?
Well, another uh, effect of unqualified teachers is fading academic proficiency. Insufficient qualification of teachers may often lead to a decline in student performance. Teachers with insufficient qualification may lack the deep understanding of subject matter necessary to educate effectively. These teachers may propagate misinformation and providing incorrect or incomplete information to students. Teachers that have an antiquated teaching skills may have trouble sharing information to their pupils and struggle to explain complex things clearly. Unqualified teachers also have ineffective teaching methods. Unqualified teachers are typically trained in qualified teachers are typically trained in effective pedagogical techniques. Without this training, teachers may fail to engage students actively in learning process and difficulty in tailoring lessons to meet the diverse needs of students. The lack of qualified teachers can also cause a lack of professional development. So professional development is crucial to stay updated with the best practices, with educational practices. Insufficient qualification often correlate with stagnant teaching practices, which often rely on outdated and effective teaching methods. So, to wrap it up, qualified teachers are a major step in increasing the overall quality of education. That's all from me.
Thank you. Dr. Ami, do you have any thoughts about this?
Thank you, Yasmin. Um, I absolutely agree with the Dr. Marcus' opinion that qualified teachers are the major step in increasing the overall quality of education. In my opinion, and based on my observation while teaching the student during my high school times and at university level, I must say that many qualified teachers struggle with their teaching methods. Teaching teachers who lacks with the qualification, they often do not have a necessary pedagogical skills and experience to engage with the student effectively during the class. Where this could leading into the use of ineffective teaching techniques. Based on the research, uh, there is a report by the Learning Policy Institute titled titled An Effective Teacher's Professional Development that being written by the Linda Darling Harmon during the 2019. Uh, they found that teachers without the proper qualification often resort to outdated or incorrect teaching methods. This could hinder the student learning progress and overall academic performance. Um, I must say that uh, an effective teaching it requires the strong grasp of pedagogical techniques and a deep understanding of the subject matters. Studies it being shown that in studies published in the Journal of Teachers Education, it's shown that teachers who have a complete comprehensive teachers training program, they most likely to be more skilled in using teaching methods that promote student involvement in class and to train their critical thinking. These trained teachers, they are most likely to be more prepared and equipped with the most to create the most interactive and engaging classroom environments that foster the learning and intellectual the growth of the student. Additionally, inadequate training in classroom management, they can pose significant challenge for unqualified teachers. Uh, According to a study conducted by the conducted by the National Center for Education Statistics. Unqualified teachers or educators, they most likely to encounter the disciplinary problems in the classroom. This issue not only disturb the learning progress, but it also create a chaotic educational atmosphere, most likely for example, at the classroom, where it making difficult for students to focus on their study and succeed in academically. In conclusion, the lack qualified teachers, they often result in use of ineffective teaching methods. Based on my observation, that's supported by the research from the Learning Policy Institute and studies, it features in the Journal of Teachers Education. It highlights the critical need for the teachers to have a proper qualification and training. Without this, the students are at the risk of falling behind and not reaching their full potential during their time study at the school or the university. Addressing this issue, it is very essential for us as the educators to improve the quality of education and ensuring that all students receive the best possible learning experience. That's my opinion. Thank you, Yasmin.
Thank you. So, how about you, Dr. Asha?
Thank you, Yasmin. I couldn't disagree anymore with Dr. Marcus and Dr. Amodine, and I would like to add some point at this question where lack of qualified teachers will lead to lower teacher citation rates also. Schools that have a significant proportion of unqualified educators frequently encounter elevated rates of staff turnover, which in turn disrupt the consistency and stability of the educational system. In fact, a study by Richard Ingersoll of the transformation of the teaching force published in the Journal of Education Policy in 2021 indicated that the schools with higher numbers of unqualified teachers experience greater teacher turnover, which negatively impacts students' learning and school climate. Schools that employ a high number of unqualified teachers encounter notable difficulties and retaining their staff, as highlighted by the retention statistic provided by the Learning Policy Institute. However, such teachers are prone to leaving the profession prematurely due to a sense of unpreparedness and being overwhelmed, resulting in a preparation requirement to recruit and train the new personnel. The negative impact of high turnover rates on students is evident as it leads to a lack of consistent instructions, thereby hindering their learning. Extensive research has shown that students attending school with frequent teachers turnover tend to perform poorly academically, primarily due to the constant shift in teaching methods and the disruption of curriculum continuity. I think that's my opinion.
Thank you. It was a very good sharing from our panelists. So we move on to the last question, which is, what are the possible ways or some solution that you can think to increase the quality of the teachers in this education system nowadays? So I would like this question to Dr. Amis first. Dr. Ami, can you answer this question?
Thank you, Yasmin. Uh, we we must admit that qualified teachers are the backbone and the main source and the root for the education system. However, there is an issue with the lack of qualified teachers to educate our future generation. I must say that teachers play a vital role in the shaping individuals who will serve the need of society and become the most functioning community members. Therefore, it is crucial to provide the necessary pathways to improve the quality of teachers in our education system. One of the effective way to do this is um, the government or the school can investing in teachers training programs. This program will prepare the educators with the knowledge, skills, and strategies to teach students effectively. I have to say that students today, they they often need a little push in the right direction. Some of them are lost in their studies, while others, uh, while while a decent student, they may find an alternative ways to learn, such as seeking help from their parents or the private tutors. However, not all students are very fortunate and know how to find these alternative ways. So most of them, mostly they are they are struggle with their studies, and most of them fail in their studies. Based on my experience, today's students are the first generation of digital era. They mostly going up with a vast amount of information at their fingertips. So therefore, their teachers need to teachers they need to offer a learning experience that students cannot find on their smartphones, or on their iPads. For example, teachers at school can organize field trips where students can learn through the real worlds and hands-on experience based by using their hands. Uh, if we're talking about the field trips, I remember a field trip to Gua Tempurung when I was 13. It was organized by my geography teachers. It was enlightening as I learned many information about rock and cave formation. Who knows that information about rocks and cave could make me reach into this level of educators. So additionally, teachers can undergo training in counseling. This by this way, it could help them to address educational inequities, ensuring all students, regardless of their background or circumstance, they are certified to have an access to a high quality teaching. Teachers can bridge by doing this way. Teachers can bridge the gap between educators and students more closely. So, by offering guidance and support to them, we teachers, we are being a rock in student life, where they can use us to climb to reaching the higher point in their life. Teachers can help them, not only that, the teachers can also help them to avoid the bad habits and become more holistic to become a more holistic educators. I have to say that investing in this training program can significantly improve the quality of education and better prepare for our future generation. And to support my opinion and my point, to support this, there's a study that shown that an increase in teacher cognitive skill, often standard deviation is very associated with an increase of student performance of as much as 15% of a standard deviation in the OECD programs, for the international student assessment, almost likely to be called as the PSA test. That's my opinion. How we can improve the quality of teachers in education. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Amirudin. Dr. Ash, would you like to add up more points?
Thank you, Yasmin. Um, I agree with Dr. Amurdin, and increasing the quality of education by introducing teachers to technology and resources is a crucial step towards modernizing teaching methods. One effective approach is to incorporate interactive games and quizzes to make classes more engaging and enjoyable. For instance, apps like Kahoot have proven to enhance students' retention of information by transforming learning into a dynamic and interactive experience. So this gamification of education not only captures the attention of students, but also encourage active participation and competition, which can lead to better understanding and memory retention of the subject matter. Additionally, augmented reality AR and virtual reality VR technologies hold significant potential in revolutionizing the way subjects are taught. In biology classes, for example, AR and VR can be utilized to create immersive experience where students can virtually explore the human body, observe biological processes, and also interact with 3D models of organ and also the systems. So this hands-on approach can demystify complex concepts and make them more accessible and comprehensible to students. By providing a visual and interactive representation of the subject matter, AR and VR can enhance students' comprehension and also interest in the topic. So given that Generation Z and also Generation Alpha are inherently part of the digital age, so it is imperative that teaching methodologies methodologies evolve to meet their needs and expectations. So by updating the current curriculum to incorporate technology is the first steps toward this evolution. So teachers can leverage various digital platforms to assign homework and manage class activities. For example, like Microsoft Teams is an excellent tool for assigning and submitting homework. And also, it offers a convenient and efficient way for students to submit their assignments from the comfort of their homes, and also for the teachers to assess their students. So this streamlines the homework process to make it less cumbersome and more efficient for both students and also the educators. Bridging the gap between traditional and technology-enabled learning is essential to ensure that every student can benefit from modern educational tools. Incorporating technology into teaching practices not only enhances the quality of education, but also prepares students for a future where digital literacy is paramount. So by equipping teachers with the necessary technological resources and training, we can create a more intelligent, effective, and also inclusive education system that meets the demands of the 21st century. This holistic approach to integrating technology in education will undoubtedly lead to better learning outcomes and more robust educational framework for future generations. So that was my opinion. Thank you, Yasmin.
Thank you, Doctor. Lastly, Dr. Marcus, do you have any idea about this?
Yes, certainly, Miss Yasmin. Lastly, another way to increase the quality of teachers in our education system is to provide competitive salaries and benefits to teachers. It's no secret that money is a powerful motivator. I think the moderator and also the panelists can agree with this statement. There are some cases where teachers have to buy class supplies out of pocket. It seems very silly for educators to be doing this. Teachers have to go on strike so that their pleas can be heard. Studies have shown that an increase in teacher pay is correlated to the increase in student performance. Higher salaries can lead to better teaching, which in turn can improve student outcomes such as test scores and graduation rates. Teachers are more motivated to do their jobs if their job pays. It's just common sense. Money is an extremely effective motivator, especially in public education. We need to entice them to continue their career in public sectors and not move into the private sectors. And one way of doing it is by introducing better salaries and benefits for educators. Higher salaries make the teaching profession more attractive to talented individuals who might otherwise pursue more lucrative careers in other fields. This broadens the pool of qualified educators and how do I put it? And ensures that schools have a can hire good teachers. So one way of we can increase this quality of teachers is by providing signing bonuses and implementing programs that recognize and reward teachers for their contributions, such as Teacher of the Month awards and also monetary bonuses for innovative teaching practices. The bonuses can extend benefits to teachers' families, including dependent care assistance and education benefits for their teachers' children. Fair compensation is a significant factor in job satisfaction. Therefore, it is extremely certain that money, which drives the world, also is important factor in teacher motivation and also quality. Thank you.
With that, I believe that we have come to the end of this forum session. First of all, I would like to say thank you to our panelists for this time that you have just spent with us today, and also for the valuable thoughts and the idea that you just shared with us today. Through this session, we have learned about the impacts, the solution, and also we can understand more better about this concerning issue that happens right now. I can say that most of us here today is because we want to improve our education system to be more better in the future. To end this session, I just want to wish have a great day and bye.